he's in, because Techies is mining it up now, so you don't really know what to do here. Phoenix is going to place a lane ward, they're just going to pull down here. I think Always Want to Fly just should probably leave this lane, like go somewhere else. This is... Life's just going to free farm. You can do something else with your time. Maybe you can gank mid for your Magnus before TA hits 6. Maybe you grab level 3 first though, that might be why he's waiting. Seems to be the case.
Yeah,
top lane is a possibility as well.
Aloha Dance runs into 2 heroes now. He's going to have to run away with that haste, which is dissipating now. Did get the courier kill. That was the Techie's courier, by the way. Had a Ring of Regen and a couple other small items on it. Let's talk about the top lane before we see even more action here mid. Actually, we might see some action now. Always Want to Fly again, running into more members of VP. Blast off incoming. The deny is successful.
The next label
I know Cinder's a real fan of denying. Loved it on Pudge. Oh, Culling Blade was actually used. And the Fairy Fire keeps Always Want to Fly alive. And Aloha Dance is going to turn this around with a level 1 battery assault. Resolution doing the smart thing, going next to a wave of neutral creeps. Still going to take more damage. Iceberg thinking about going for this, but instead we'll have to go back to his farming ways mid lane.
It's so important that no one got this return kill in mid. He's going to lose a courier here, but he's pulling significantly ahead of the Magnus. Not really in terms of gold, but the levels. When you get 6 first on TA, you have so many plays. You can place traps in the camps that the other player is going to use for comeback. You can get runes easier. You can prepare your own camps and stack them, farm them with traps as well. So
this is the stage where at least Magnus can just full-time jungle if he really wants.
Yeah.
Of course, he can just...
He will probably do that.
So that's going to open up some space for Aloha Dance and perhaps the Phoenix as well. Always Want to Fly to get some XP, but they can both be killed relatively quickly by no one. Of course, Always Want to Fly does have a good answer for refraction with his fire spirits. Resolution looking for this courier. Maybe not, he's just going for the wave. Has his Culling Blade available if he finds a courier nearby. Top lane, that's the one lane we haven't really discussed too much. It is General's DP versus... How do you say? Is it ILTW? Ilt? Gotta be a better way.
Ilt.
Iltua?
I don't think anybody has ever suggested Ilt. I kind of like it though.
You actually want to say ILTW? That's the worst name to say in a team fight. And ILTW gets the kill.
You can say Jugger. It's okay.
Just don't even refer to his name. That's how bad it is. Okay. I can also do that. Aloha Dance forcing Zayak out. Will actually kill one of his mines as well. No one. Refraction is popped. Might turn this around. Aloha Dance is going to attempt the TP out with the blast up. Incoming! And down he goes. And he gets a Royal Jelly for his troubles.
Oh, they're actually going to use one of them on Techies. That is really good. That mana regen is value, and no one takes the other one for himself.
Yep, that's good.
Could also argue that Jelly is good on Jugger. Has a little bit of mana issues sometimes, but yeah, for Techies it's crazy good, for sure.
Resolution still full-time jungling now. This is the old days. He is working towards his Vanguard. He actually gets a double item drop. And it's only fair when the other team also gets a Cinderin. Evened out completely.
See who he uses it on. One for himself. And one for... Lifesteal? Wow. Okay, I thought he was going to use it on DP, actually. It's not bad for LS either.
Resolution, and Zayak is here to help out, though. Dogs incoming. Blast off, not in range again. I mean, I do agree that the change... I mean, I know this has been years at this point, the changes to blast off and whatnot, but the original kill, I think it was just called Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad attack, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you die every time from full HP. It's completely different the way it works. ILTW getting chased. The right click's not going to be enough as the spin comes out. General. He is slept by Solo. ILTW has to TP out. Iceberg is slowed in the jungle. As in the
Rezo is in trouble here.
Resolution attempting to TP out. And
oh my god, the battery assault stopped. If it had one more tick, it would have connected there.
Zayak going for the deny, and we'll find it. Cinderin's favorite interact. I'm going to say that every single time. he does that, how much you like that interaction.
You'll love it. You'll love to see it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Interested to see what Vtoon goes for. So he went for the armlet, and I believe I was looking at his build in the last time he played it. I believe it was S and Y after that. Not sure if that was just game dependent or if that's just what he likes to build on the hero.
S and Y is very good this game, so wouldn't mind that. It's it has a lot of value because you're against Bane and Axe. You want status resistance here.
Right.
Obviously, just a good item on lifesteal in general, but maybe I think Halberd's better, to be honest.
Ooh, Zayak dies in the mid lane. That was a really cool play by Always Wanna Fly. Basically tanking a mine or two and then making sure enough fire spirits were there as the last damage over time from the egg finishes off. Poor techies. Poor techies. So let's go run the Aloha dance now, but he gets the nightmare off, so we'll take the bounty.
Something I didn't say pregame that I wanted to say was how good Yules is for Radiant. It's good against Omnislash.
I literally said that in the pregame drafts, and I discussed it thoroughly, in fact. Remember when
Yules was good for Radiant?
I said it was great for DP because of all the heroes he's going against. The Juggernaut.
Absolutely, it is very good. But my point is, I don't think only DP should buy it here. Maybe you could even consider it as a value item on Clockwork. Although Force Staff is clearly great too, and Phoenix can buy Yules. Having multiple Yules is just so good. Like it's a semi-solution to Techies. Great against Jug. Great against Axe. Great against Bane. Phoenix with a Yule can break grip from 2,000 range away. It gets there's a lot of value.
Thought that you're gonna hate, but I want to run it by you, okay, before we let this out to the general public. What do you think about Yules having a 5,000 gold recipe upgrade that allows you, the only difference is you can cast it on allies. What do you think?
Wow, where did you get that idea from? It's totally not what ruined Han, right?
No, Han got ruined in other ways, okay? And it had nothing to do with the Lifestealer looking like a rabbit either.
I don't like it.
Okay, I know. Do you like it more or less than Techies?
Oh my god,
Would you rather have that item in the game or Techies remain in the game? You can delete him.
Yeah, dude,
I don't like Would You Rather games.
I know. That's why I love playing it with you.
Ni Tinder lagi. Okay, Iman lagi. Kurang ni.
I would rather have Techies.
Je lah main dia.
What? Wow, you're shocking me to the core today. This tier 1 tower will fall.
We can rework him.
Alright, well, we have to put in a stipulation that he will never be reworked. Aloha Dance now is level 6 on the Clockwork, so Hookshot is at his disposal. We talked about the Vanguard on Resolution. It's been done for a while. He's actually getting relatively close to Blink Dagger as well. Always Want to Fly. Running into Zayak. Solo's going to scare him off. Brain Sap. So from VP's perspective, is this like, I mean, when you have a Techies, I have less experience watching Techies than I do playing Cinder. It's always about the late game. Is that always the case? VP picks it, or
not really? I think Techies is a bit misunderstood when people say it's all about turtle and all you do is just farm forever. But I do think the aggressive Techies plays take a lot more experience and is way harder. But it's also the way you truly win games most of the time. Like building your entire strategy reliant on the enemy team making mistakes just gets less and less successful the better the teams get, right? Like you need to build your strategy on you being able to break them, not them breaking themselves. So what Techies will often do, like I said earlier, is you will get some sort of good play going, you will take advantage, get out on the map, and then you will play aggressive with it, not just turtle. And yeah, you can also use that to farm, by all means. Like if you start covering 2/3 of the map because you have Techies, that means you're out farming them, and that's also a valid strategy. But just mining your own half and farming there is not a winning strategy, right? You just break even. He's dead mid, by the way.
Yep.
Gets Hookshot plus general. He might pop the ghosts here. Just thinking about it. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Fortification spot pretty much instantly bottom lane. We might have a gank attempt onto Vtoon. He does have Infest. He's going to get gripped, and there's no creeps around him. Does have Rage up, but the Culling Blade, and that was a full duration Fiend's Grip, and they needed every second of that. And that means the Blink Dagger is going to be online for Rezo. Tier 1 tower will fall. It's actually just going to TP back for it.
Well, 2W will cover mid a bit, but not that well, actually. I'm surprised how much VP are giving up here. They lost 2/3 of their tower there. It already took some damage beforehand, but General got really good value out of that on the mid tower.
No one, of course, has the Deso and very close to a Blink Dagger. This would definitely set him back if they're able to get this kill. Hookshot will miss, though. He's attempting to TP out the Skewer into the Battery Assault to add insult to injury, and that is a very big kill. That sets him back just a bit for that Blink.
Yep. Pretty even game, and every kill on TA is about as good as it gets right now for Flytomoon, because
General called into an Omni Slash.
He's not dying here.
Neck. Solo is here. Has the Nightmare available. This is going to be completely turned around, as you're right. General is mega tanky.
Oh, this is a good Sunray. Has to be slept.
Well, RP is going to completely whiff, though. They are going to get resolution. Battery Assault slowing down ILTW. I take it back. I really like that name.
Yeah, you've found a way of making it likable for you and nobody else. That's...
We have
Bane's in trouble.
On the Solo. He's gonna Nightmare up, but the Rage into the right clicks should be enough, and it is. They did lose the Clockwork, though. Another mine claiming a victim. But it'll be a tier 1 tower, so Flytomoon will be quite happy with that exchange.
4K lead now. It's a pretty substantial one too. You're playing Radiant, you have a lineup that can Roche, you have really strong team fight. As long as Techies doesn't get to mine around Roche, you should be inherently favored in basically any fight there for a while. So maybe we're going to see Lifestealer. Nope, he's not getting Death, so he's going for AC first, but even that would be enough to Roche probably with the right protection and DP ulti. So should be on the menu here for Flytomoon. And they're probably feeling pretty confident in this game. They're like, okay, like the early mid game went well. We've taken 2 good towers. Our mid tower is healthy, which gives us a great access point to Roshan. All they need to make sure is that Solo doesn't find some really good kills with Grip, and I don't think Lifestealer will really die. It's hard to kill him with anything else.
Yep,
right?
Indeed.
Zayas finds...
Yep. Anytime we miss a kill, it's because Techies got one. V-Tune is going to get gripped, but silence immediately from General. But the counter initiation of Resolution, beautiful call. But the Infest is going to keep the Lifestealer alive, and this is going to be a turnaround. The egg comes out. The Cogs resign Solo to his death, and General will continue the pressure. He's still infested. They can catch up. This will be very difficult to catch up, and they will just call it a day. So, in the end, it's really, if you think about it, Magnus died on the other side of the map, but it's a 1-for-1, and not in favor of Flytomoon in terms of core for support. And it's
sure not. They used Exorcism and Supernova. That was a big deal. Like, they threw some big spells out of the window there. Kind of is a possibility for VP to get Roche, to be honest. Like, knowing there's no Exo and Supernova makes their team fights arguably better. They might find General here, though. They do have 2 daggers. We're gonna back off.
Really want him. And this Blade Mail will be very good for Resolution, especially against the likes of DP. Solo has to try to Nightmare and run, and looks like he'll be successful. His Tranquils helping him out in that department. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Deso on no one means that BP can take Roche, technically speaking, but feels like maybe they waited a little too long here.
Yeah, I mean, if you wait this long, the spells are going to be up again. 30 seconds for Supernova, so they weren't interested in trying it. They're going to get a Clockwork kill.
Dunzo.
Bonk.
Always Want to Fly did TP, but it's going to be to no avail, as outposts are now split, and we are coming towards the 20-minute mark where that's a bit more important. Now, you mentioned the AC being built here for V-Tune. He actually has a heart queued up after. Wants to get as tanky as possible, which against the techies makes a hell of a
classic item against techies. If you survive the explosion, you heal up fully. It's extra value on Lifestealer because of the... obviously. He lifesteals a lot.
It's getting perpetually slowed from this Echo Saber. Shockwave is up, and last right click to go. Took a lot longer. Usually when I see Solo is like position 6, everybody jokes about that. He typically dies really fast, Synderen, but that was one of the rare, like, super slow, painful deaths for him.
Oh, that's a good call.
On to 2 heroes. Looks like Iceberg's gonna... He actually faked the ult. Will actually use it and will die pretty much instantly with Calling Blade, but it'll be a trade as no one's stuck inside the cogs and the egg used to full effect. So really an even.
You're okay with that as VP. Like, yeah, you lost your TA, which isn't great, but the counterplay looked pretty rough, and then we have some big side steps.
This would make it worth it.
For sure.
Speed boost from that best. Aw, dance. Will be killing his best friend in Resolution. Or at least they used to be. Maybe things have changed. That was from the Empire days, so it's actually been years. It's probably completely out of date. Anywho, ILTW, haven't talked about him in quite a while. I've been avoiding his name. Picks up the invis. Has the Manta. Will be going for a Diffusal Blade, it looks like, and into a Scotty, potentially. What are your thoughts on this build? So Manta for the silence more than anything, I would assume. I mean, there's a lot of applications.
Yeah, you can Manta dodge RP, obviously, which might be easier than you would think. It's by no means like an easy play, but... Oh, wait up, hook shots.
He wanted to kill the Techies, but it'll be the classic trade, the deny and the kill to Mr. Techies. I keep thinking Techies is one person, but it is 3, as ILTW will spin away to safety.
So you asked about the about the Manta Diffusal here, yeah? So Mana Burn is very good against Lifestealer if you catch him outside of Rage, or even if he uses Rage and you can fight after, you negate his ability to really follow through. The Purge is just overall nice for his team to have to stay on top of the target with heroes like TA or... Yeah, it's stable, right? It's Manta Diffusal, right? It's nothing extraordinary. I guess what we should be focusing on here is why is he not buying Battle Fury? Because you're playing against techies, or sorry, you're playing with techies. So do you think maybe he's concerned that the game won't be long enough, that they're exposing themselves too much and they can't hit a fighting timing when they need to? And I could kind of see that being a problem here, that you're giving the enemy team way too much power if you go Battle Fury on Jugger as well. So I think it's all right.
I mean, the other issue with not going it in theory is that they basically, when Empower is on V-Tune, that's essentially a Battle Fury for him. He's farming very, very well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Juggernaut, far behind in net worth, but definitely not up to par in terms of both his mid and the enemy cores.
Is that an AC on Lifestealer? It is. AC plus 1700 gold. But VP are closing the gap. They're gaining every minute. Look at the gold graph. It's just slowly but steadily dipping down. They're finding more resources out of the map. Aloha Dance. Oh, good battery assault.
Ooh. That was right on top of some mines, too.
Yeah, he was 100% dead in a call there. He might have died without the call, actually. How tanky is he? Probably not. 1500 HP and a bracer.
Yeah. Well, we have the trap in Roche. Very least VP will be aware when that is entered, along with the Techies mine, so they have multiple ways to scout that out, which is actually a really big deal. Because both teams can take Roche, and if you have... I mean, how many things in the game can give you vision of Roche, as long as they're in there, other than units? And not including Rocket Flare, which I guess is also good. Flytomoon, yeah, more temper.
That's a bit of downtime, though.
Do Fire Spirits give vision temporarily, or is that a change that they... Can't remember if they got rid of that.
They do. They give a very little bit of vision.
Multiple ways. Nope. He's gonna be decimated here. Boom, 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 boom. Double boom. Now they're going to turn into Roche. Rocket Flare will confirm their suspicions. General has Exorcism. Not expend it, though, as VP has temporarily retreated. 30 seconds, no Phoenix, so that's kind of a big deal. Egg is of course, they don't know he doesn't have buyback. If they knew that, maybe they'd be a little bit more aggressive on Roche. They are smoked up. Flytomoon is. Magnus with the Blink RP available, and now that Phoenix is coming back relatively soon, might just have to chill here. I mean, Techie's only about 1,000 away. 1,000 and change from finishing his Aghanim Scepter. Going with kind of the tried and true build that we were expecting.
Yeah.
What all does it give? It makes his mines do more damage. They're more range, and it's actually looking. We might have to hold that thought though.
Minefield sign.
Of course, minefield sign, so good. Actually, well, technically he has the minefield sign the whole game, but
it just makes it do something.
Until he gets that. The call onto two heroes, but there's the Sun Ray, and oh, the Techies! Synderen's favorite hero in the game blows up the Death Prophet. Resolution getting extremely low. The hook shot to counter as the buyback from the Death Prophet comes into play. The egg completely went off here, and Magnus still has RP to expend if he needs to. Techies jumps in, not able to get anybody though. Buyback onto the Death Prophet like we said, so it's a 5v3 situation. Flytomoon, they also can take Roche. They will attempt it. Egg gone. Oh! Phoenix blown up by Techies during a dive, but it's not gonna do anything with the Roche. The Roche will still go the way of Flytomoon.
The big thing here is the rage coming out from Lifestealer during that call. If he doesn't get rage off, they both get pulled into the mines, and that was obviously what Resolution was going for there. But getting that rage off, they can't explode the mines. They have to do it just to kill the DP. Lifestealer stays alive, and they turn that fight around really easily. And this is Techies' curse, right? You've used all your mines. If you don't win that fight hard enough, you're almost a dead hero. Almost. In the delayed fight around this area, because the enemy team knows you don't have anything left. It changes when you get Ags because of that cast range and because of the increased damage on mines, but until that, okay, gonna see a little bit of a shenanigans top.
Yeah, they don't have grip, but they do outnumber generally. They actually use Exorcism. That means Aloha Dance is here to save the day as well. See if we can turn this back around. I can't get a clean hook shot off as Sunray comes in. This will be a big waste of Exorcism if they're not able to get a value kill. Juggernaut comes out of nowhere. Hook shot while spinning. Continuing to take extra damage. Will Manta run away as the Bane will be the only casualty, and that's with an Exorcism. We'll see if they can get the tier 2 tower. That would make it more than worth it. But for just a Bane...
Flytomoon with their 2 Assault Cuirass.
What?
They're gonna...
2?
They have 1 on Mag and 1 on Lifestealer.
What?
They're gonna...
What?
They have double ass.
What? Alright. I mean, is there... What are the percentages that is a miscommunication versus being purposeful?
Decently high, I think.
Yeah, that's really...
I mean,
maybe
it's
they're
still
expecting to die. One of them is expecting to die.
It's one of the items where, I mean, it's like, yeah, you buy 2 of that. It's one of the least punishing items to have 2 of, because the item inherently just by itself is so good, right? But it's by no means is it good, but it's less bad than having like double mech, I would say, like overall, for example. Yeah. Even like that's probably the worst one, right?
They're gonna get a tier 3 and a Rax, despite VP having basically everybody but Bane. Resolution not looking to try to defend this, interestingly enough. ILTW is still bottom farming. Huh, why would they... Okay, you're gonna have to explain this to me.
Have they used Omni Slash yet? 28 minutes?
Yeah, they have once.
They have?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least once, maybe twice.
VP has... I feel like the majority of initiation or initiative I've seen from them has been Axe plus Techies, actually. And a couple of Bane grips. They have not used Jugger very much. Now they're gonna try. There's a call.
Jump in from Rezo. With no follow-up yet. This Nightmare is used on Iceberg. Into the grip, see if they can cancel it. Looks like it's going to be a relatively long duration. Solo will be eventually walked up upon. And yeah, the Aegis as well.
Oh no, they blew up nothing. Well, they had a sentry. They had sentries.
This is going to open it up for Flytomoon just to continue down this mid lane. There's no reason to stop. The full heart now on Vtoon. He is very difficult to take down. Even with the double AC, it's a punch in the face to your opponent, beating them potentially with 2 items that do not stack. That's how good we are. We can beat you. We can all buy the same items. Tier 3 tower will fall. I mean, Omni Slash is up. Everything is up, basically, for VP. Is the execution good? They're going to find an easy kill on Rezo, who's stuck inside the cogs, has no buyback. And this will be a second lane, if not more. The VP defense, like the first defense top, which was non-existent, I don't understand that one. Even with the Aegis, they're just going to call it GG. It was an even game, and all their exorcism was down. I'm really confused by that top fight, Syndrome, that sped into this eventual end of the game.
Think of this. Think of it like this. Like, how are they supposed to take that fight? The enemy team is nicely spread out. Your only catch is Axe, because Bane is dead. Your techies has 0 mines set up. So you have a Jugger and a TA and an Axe that can jump 1 guy, and you're fighting into a full team fight combo with Aegis in front. I don't know if they could take that fight. I actually think the call of not defending there is